Welcome to Simply 15. Today we got a special little topic we're going to talk about. Since we're coming up on 100 episodes of the Simplistic Reviews Movie Commentary, we decided to talk each about our least favorite movie that we've watched. Boring, terrible, all the above. But we're going to set up a rule. We can't talk about Justice League because we all know that sucked.
It's horrible.
We can't talk about Suicide Squad because that fucking sucked. Did I say it correctly, Matt?
Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Suicide. You're right.
With that movie, you're 1,000% correct.
Terrible fucking movie.
I finally get the joke. Finally,
you got the joke. So we're gonna start off by each talking about. We'll each say our movie title, and then we'll discuss it. Maybe it's a movie we've all seen, because some movies we haven't seen together.
Yeah, we haven't watched oldies together, but we've watched most of them.
And anyone want to go first? Anyone care to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
You go first. Okay.
When I was coming up with this, you brought this up, and I was like, we've watched a lot. We've watched a lot of bad
Almost
movies.
100 movies.
Almost 100.
Some of them are like bad going in, and then some of them are bad going in that we like want them to be bad, so they're entertaining.
Let me interrupt. Let me preface this. The list that I provided, all three of us, I also don't think I included the our 12-hour specials in here.
Well, that's fine.
No.
That's something different, because we've done our 12-hour terror too.
But mostly
that's not included in this.
Our goal is to pick a movie that is, if it's bad, it's fun. And I picked my number one based on something that I thought was going to be amazingly bad.
Yeah.
Because I had seen clips
and it was worse.
And Children at Play.
It's Beware Children at Play.
You guys were there for that one.
Yeah,
Matthew was not there for that
one. That was an early one. That was
it was a bore fest and a half.
It's built on the ending, and I only saw the ending.
Well, the funny thing is, we just got done watching a movie that's very similar to that in a weird way.
Yeah.
Where the ending, not to spoil anything, shit actually happens.
Yeah.
Same with that movie. Nothing happened that entire fucking movie.
It's like it's just watching paint dry. And because again, I was tricked because I saw the ending and I'm like, well, if the ending is this bananas, the whole movie
might be okay, right?
It's like watching an episode of the Andy Griffith Show with horrible actors and people just walking and talking and walking and talking and walking and talking. And the last it's probably less than 5 minutes. Last 3 minutes is bananas. But to get to those bananas, you gotta walk through a really boring fucking jungle.
You gotta walk through a boring fucking jungle to get those bananas.
Is horrible. Beware Children is my worst movie we've ever done. Ever.
Yeah, Beware Children at Play was not good. That was definitely one of those movies where we're watching it and the entire time I'm like, come on.
Let's go.
Let's go somewhere.
Get to the murder.
I'm glad I missed that
this.
Great title, great concept, great ending, horrible movie. Horribly boring movie.
It was not good. And there's movies that we've watched that just really do kind of lag.
Yeah,
there's some pickup there. There's definitely some pickup.
Yeah,
not a lot, but it's tough.
I'm gonna go next real quick, just in case. I didn't see it on the list. And
I might have forgotten it.
You might have forgot it.
I'm looking at
it's okay because
I wonder if this is the same one for me.
Because it is a very forgettable film.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about doing this, it was the first thing that came to my mind because I still feel it. It is
so it's recent.
It's
recent-ish.
Well, I mean, it's recent. I think we did it 2 years ago, maybe.
Is it something from 2022?
I'm trying to guess.
Rob Zombie's
Monsters. Oh, Monsters.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I considered
that yours?
This.
Yeah,
I considered that movie,
and I forgot to put on the list. I was looking back through my.
We can talk about it together.
We
can talk about it together. I'll just say real quick, the Monsters and the Addams Family are really a part of my childhood. I loved those monster TV movies that they would make. Even though they were shitty. As a kid, I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was trying to put myself in that Justin at 10 again, like watching, and
Yeah.
that movie is so terrible in
It's so
so
bad.
many ways
It's a masturbatory movie, I feel. It's like
for
Rob Zombie's
himself.
like, yeah, for himself. So it's
Yeah.
probably it's and I don't have a problem with Rob Zombie, but this movie's just there's nothing about the
I
movie that makes me want to go like, wow, remember that scene in The Munsters? Like, what?
Yeah,
Well,
I was down on him since the Halloween movies he was doing. I didn't
sure.
like the
Yeah.
second one he did; it was horrible.
The
And
second
then
one
when I
wasn't revisionist history treats the first one a little bit better,
better
but
because the second one is way worse.
the
So, but
second
at
one is
that
just the second one again,
right,
masturbatory.
But
so
at the
yeah,
same
exactly.
time, like the trailer that came out for this movie, everyone just because the trailer itself was done so piss
I thought it
poorly.
was
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke,
It
like
was
it
a
was a
yeah, it was
sketch
Like
or
a
it was a
something.
fan, it was a fan film.
like
But it is
like a
kind of a fan film.
child edited on
Yeah,
an iPhone or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
yeah.
He put it together, and
He's not poor, Rob Zombie. He has
no, but this was
equipment to make it look
but
good.
Yeah.
there was a studio behind it.
Yeah, I
At
think
the
it
end
was
of the
I don't know if
day,
it was
and then
Lionsgate or
but there
something,
was
but it was
there was a
somebody.
lot of talk too
Mm.
that don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Essentially,
People
that
were actually excited about this movie at
Yeah.
one point. They were like, "Wow, the monsters! This is whoa!" And then no,
and then we
just
watched it, and I can't describe the pain, the agony I felt. Like
we were
even
all
within the
there
first
with you
10 minutes.
during this. Yes.
I mean, if you go back and listen to that or watch that podcast, like I I think we're so fucking bored.
It's
There
We're
wasn't
horrible.
enough.
talking.
Yeah, there wasn't enough to talk
You
about. There wasn't enough to make
it's
fun
another one
of.
that
There wasn't enough to
it's
enjoy.
another movie that I goes to disappointing because you got Rob Zombie who's good at horror, right? And
He
I
knows how
go,
to put a
well,
movie together. That's the
all
whole
he has
thing.
to do he could do
He
he could have done
does. He
he could have done
has.
two
Yeah,
things with that movie.
And I don't
He could have
understand.
he could have made it very gory because that's kind of his wheelhouse, or
but
use his
that would have pissed people off who liked it.
right.
And they're like, this isn't the monsters.
The other way you go is which he kind of tried to go is you make it like a funny movie. But I'm looking it up now who wrote that movie. There is not one funny joke in the movie. Rob, if you would have hired a writer to write you some good jokes, get Mulaney. You have money. He's not a poor,
I
he's not
think it was. I think it was funny to
scrapping
Rob. I
by.
think Rob thought it was funny.
Well,
Oh,
I think he
man.
thought it was funny. Well, here's my point to this. As a kid, right? These TV movies, if you look them up, they go on these wacky adventures, right?
Right.
Something
Yeah.
happens, right? These are for kids, not necessarily for adults. He
Yeah.
makes this movie. Who
He
was this
wrote it.
movie
He
for?
wrote the movie, by the way.
Yeah,
Who-
he
yes.
did
Yes.
everything. Yeah.
he wrote the
And
movie.
it's a prequel movie, essentially how certain
Oh,
people
Lily and
met.
Herman.
Right.
It pretty
we
much
could say it.
ends with them moving into the house, right? If I
Yeah.
could recall. What child, what kid would want to watch that?
Nobody.
Nobody. So
Even
I guess
even an adult, I don't
an
want to
adult would
watch
want
it.
to watch that. I don't think an
He
adult wants
he
to
had a
sit down and watch him fall in love. Like you just want the characters together because the characters work together as
Yeah.
a unit. And they go about their ways and shit happens and you got the outside world going, what the fuck? And that's the
He
funny the
Yeah.
juxtaposition between the normal and the abnormal
but
mixed in with all that.
he had a blueprint to follow. If he wanted to do what he was trying to do, just do what Adam's Family the movie did, where you
Or
made
I
it
guess
funny.
I guess have it already established. It's like the family
Have
already
them established. We all know the
There you go.
story.
Right.
We don't give
I
a shit if how they met,
Yeah.
but we want to see them develop into. Again, I'll go back to a very Brady sequel and the Brady Bunch movie.
Hilarious.
I adore those movies so
Movies
much,
and they're funny. They have good writing.
and they
Yeah.
know what they're
They're
doing.
cheesy
They know
enough.
what
They're
they're
stupid
doing.
enough. They're silly
The
enough.
Brady Bunch
That's
are
how you do it.
crazy, wacky characters, and
Yeah.
everybody around them thinks they're just fucking crazy.
Exactly how you
fuck
do
is
it.
wrong
Adam's
with the
Family
Brady?
was
Why
the
are
same
these
thing.
people always
And it was
happy?
that's
Yeah.
how it was.
Do that. Why
Yeah.
is
You
that
know?
so hard? Yes.
I don't. I'll never understand it. And when we pick movies and stuff for
I don't
commentaries,
know why we picked that one. I think because it was new. And
Well,
we're
I
like,
was
think
a new
it came out
movie.
on
a new movie.
it came out
I
on
think it came out-
Netflix,
Yeah.
It was
I think it was
like
a
right to
Halloween.
Netflix.
and I think we were close
Yeah,
to
it-
Halloween, and we were
Yeah.
Listen,
We did
this
it.
looks
We did it in
terrible. Let's
October of
watch it.
2022. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we thought it was gonna we were gonna laugh at it because it was so terrible looking, but it was so terrible in the wrong way where it became a fucking bore fest for us all, and it's unfortunate. I mean, we've watched like the Gingerbread Man, for example.
Ginger Dead Man.
Yes, sir.
There's no way that's gonna be good. It's a fun watch, right?
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
I mean, DJ and I watched Velocipaster, and we liked
Yes.
that movie. And,
Great
and
fucking
we're putting this
Jack
lower
Frost.
than Birdemic. Birdemic
Birdemic
is a
gave
bad
me
movie.
something to laugh at.
Birdemic
There
had
is something
enjoy
silly
it.
enough in
I
it.
could enjoy that.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Icebreaker.
As bad as
fucking-
Five Nights at Freddy's is, I don't
Yeah.
like that movie. It
Yeah.
gave me something. Something.
Yeah.
Again,
Not
that
what
was
you
a
wanted,
terrible
but you got
movie.
something. Yeah.
but at least we had something to watch that we can goof around and talk about.
There's
Yes.
nothing in the
We
monster.
watched a
The
couple
monster-
episodes of
oh.
Gotham Knights.
Munsters was
That was my honorable mention. Gotham Knights.
Munster was
Gotham Knights.
terrible. Really?
Gotham Knights was my honorable mention because I was like, we were supposed to do the entire series.
Yeah,
And
we gave
after
up
one
two
episode, we were like,
we did two. We
two.
did two.
I'm like, there's nothing here. There is
Yeah.
zero things here.
We've watched the Princess Cut. We've watched 3 Neil Breen movies.
We've watched every Andy Sedaris movie, Dan.
Yes, pretty much every single. I think we're missing a couple, but we're
Ski
almost there
School.
with it.
Ski School's a great movie.
Getting
We watched-
lucky.
Yeah, we watched
Getting
all
lucky.
the Thunder in
Get it,
Paradise
Vin.
movies.
Get it.
Get it.
I
In
mean,
like Flynn 1 and 2, me and Matt
Yeah,
we
yeah.
killed them.
In
and,
like
and we'll
Flynn and-
definitely
yeah.
have to do an episode where we talk about our favorites because
Oh, I got my favorite already.
and we could do a couple episodes on that because there are some amazing movies that we've watched and thankfully
We just might turn
More.
into a countdown going into our 100th commentary.
yeah
I like that.
I think there's
You should
definitely
be
been
so fucking lucky watching this right now.
there's definitely been better films that we've watched that outpace
Yeah,
the terrible films.
and I'll get
I would
this
say
list
my
updated.
runner-up for me
Mm.
would be probably Child's Play 3.
Yeah, that's up there.
Which one was that?
That's-
Is that the school? With
Yeah,
the grenade?
that's the military
Yeah,
school.
military
yeah,
school.
we did that all the way
Not
back.
against that. I think I
fucking
like
hate
that movie.
That was in 20.
I don't
So
agree. I mean,
I-
I know it's bad. I
and-
don't hate it.
And that's a movie that I used to watch prior to this. So
Yeah,
a very
same here.
not all these movies I would say I probably have seen maybe like 10%, maybe 5% of them
Yeah.
prior to us
Before
watching them.
Yeah.
Child's Play, of course, I watched them all. I fucking hate Child's Play 3.
The
Yeah.
kid
so
jumping on a
much.
grenade is hilarious.
Oddly
That-
enough-
That's the dumbest part of it.
I guess any movie that has Child's Play, Beware Children at Play. Child's Play.
Anything with
anything
children in the name
it,
is
just get the
bad.
fuck out
I
of here.
guess we'll avoid from here on out.
No more children.
Yeah.
And Rob Zombie,
Child's
no
Play,
more Rob
Child's Play
Zombie.
3.
So no
was
Children
our
of Men
October
commentaries.
2021.
No Children of the
No.
Corn commentaries.
Maybe we should do one of the Children of the Corn, like the really bad one with.
They're all
Eva
really
Men-
bad, Matthew.
We'll do
They're
the
all-
one with Eva Mendes.
Whoa,
I think
nah,
that was
man.
part 4. I think
Eva
4
Mendes
or
is in the
5.
movie. She
Yeah.
quit acting. I got to see her again.
Or we could do the remake of Children of the Corn that they put out recently.
Isn't John Ritter in one of those?
That's
Problem Child. Sorry.
That was problem.
You want to watch the
That was
Problem Child
Problem
movies?
Child.
Problem
and that
Child.
was, we can watch Problem Child 3. Or I
Let's
think that was
not.
That's
Let's continue to try to watch bad, good movies.
okay. Not just
or good
bad,
bad movies.
Yes.
I don't
Bad,
mind the
good,
first. I
good,
don't mind the
bad.
first 2 Problem Child movies. I think they're okay.
I haven't seen this since the theater.
I think they're kind of
Saw it in
entertaining.
the theater.
I
Wow.
saw them in the theater.
The
yeah.
first
You're a
one.
Dollar
lucky
theater.
man.
The,
You're
hey,
a
the
hot
first one. The first
dollar.
one had Kramer in it. So
He was in that movie, yeah.